The Rose Bowl, Pasadena, California. There are 50,000 people here today for the 1978 World Frisbee Disc Championships. The United States, Canada, Japan, Sweden, England, Belgium, and Australia. They all have teams here to compete in a sport that has captured the imagination of virtually the entire world. And all you have to do is see it to know why. Guts. Let's see that again. It's tough to follow that disc sometimes, considering that it leaves the hands of the top throwers at 95 to 100 miles per hour. That's generating enough power to send that disc over 300 feet straight away. But in Guts, the five-man teams face each other a mere 45 feet apart. It takes the reflexes of a cat. The throw must be from behind the line. If the opposing team fails to catch it, you score a point. But you can also lose a point if your throw hits the ground in front of the line or is out of reach overhead. The catch. A player can only touch the disc with one hand at a time, so tipping is done to keep the disc alive when a clean catch is not possible. No trapping against the body is allowed. It's hard to believe they can catch it at all, the way they can make this disc jump, curve, spin, and dive, and at 100 miles per hour. Look at that. It's called psych. Just ask the Guts players. They'll tell you, you psych yourself, you psych your opponents. If you don't think catch, you don't catch. And if you don't think the disc through the other team, it won't get through. This is a demonstration game between players from the East and the West, but it's there, the determination, the psych, the desire to win. Guts may not be the game for everybody, but there are 80 to 100 competitive teams at the top level. Let's see that one again. The reflexes even seem fast in slow motion. Now there's a good example of tipping. The throw for distance. It's pretty straightforward. How far can you throw the disc? The world's record is an astounding 444 feet. That's 1.5 football fields. That won't happen with the gusts of wind here in the Rose Bowl, but they go well over 300 feet. Like throwing the shot, the javelin, or karate, it's the all-out effort physically and mentally on the moment of release. That one split second when all of the energies have to be focused on one point to reach that maximum thrust. That's Joe Cahow, 1976 Women's All-Round Champion. And that's John Cone. Right at 300 feet. Laura Engel, this year's Women's All-Round winner. Good throw. And here's the king, Joseph Youngman. That wins it for him for the second year in a row. They call it ultimate, and for good reason. It's also been called the least expensive team sport in the world. Once he crosses that line, there's no running with the disc, only passing. An incomplete or blocked pass is an automatic turnover.
Jim Harris got it, he passed it right away. John King got it, he passed it to Peter Blair.
Good pass. This is a good offensive flow.
Peter Blair is over the middle of the field. He's going to look for somebody in the end zone. There's the pass. Peter Blair.
The playing field is 60 yards long and 40 yards wide. You can imagine the conditioning required. The teams have 7 persons to cover the entire field. Think about it. If you're 20 yards downfield on an offensive pattern and there's a turnover, you're suddenly 40 yards out of position for defense. And play is continuous for 2 24-minute halves. Ultimate may be one of the 3 team sports other than ice hockey and basketball in which every member of the team requires all of the 4 qualities necessary for the complete athlete: conditioning, mental quickness and concentration, and both body balance, hand-eye coordination. Look at that effort. As in guts, this is a demonstration game between stars of the East and West. And you can see the pride in these athletes. It's not for money, it's not for glory, it's for the playing. And that's what's so great about the sport of the disc. Small wonder the sport is growing as fast as it is. Over 200 colleges compete against each other, and there are 250 affiliate teams registered with the International Frisbee Disc Association. Score. Now here's an inbounds play. Looks easy when it works that way, doesn't it? Whoa. You don't think the spectators love this? There's a turnover. And look at that throw. He's thrown the disc upside down. These guys have an endless variety of throws. 7 seconds, no timeout. Oh, and great defense causes the turnover. There's a pass the entire length of the field. The final score in this ultimate game. Outside the Rose Bowl now for disc golf. It's called a disc pole hole. This new game is growing rapidly in popularity. There are now 65 disc golf courses. Half the fun is in laying out the courses. And this one's been laid out on the Caltech campus where most of the contestants are staying. A great throw by Laura Engel through the trees. A possible birdie. Well, no birdie this time. The fifth hole again. Instead of going through the trees, this time it's around them. And that one is around the trees. Perfect birdie position. Not a bad lag, but no birdie. Real concentration by these players.
Yeah.
Birdie. Great shot. Another hole. Instead of around, over, or through, it's just straight away and long. This is Cray Van Sickle of New York, this year's overall Frisbee Disc Champion. Good throw, Cray. And we're back in the Rose Bowl, the Canines. It's the catch and fetch competition. Always a strong favorite with the spectators. These dogs are amazing. That's Dink. And he's challenging last year's champion, the great Ashley Whippet. Look at this little guy. That's Toke. You don't have to say much about these graceful animals. Their actions speak for themselves. Wait a minute, Toke. Let's see that one again. Animal, Ivy Lee. I'm not sure who loves this competition more, the dogs or the spectators. do any better than that, Bing. The dogs are scored on form, percentage of catches, and variety. Incredible consistency, Dink, and he does it. He takes the world title away from Ashley Wither. Hold on, that's Woodstock. Go get it, Woodstock. Now there's a dog that knows how to use his body. Could I get something in a smaller disc, please? The dogs can make spectacular catches, but what the human body can do with that disc is beyond comprehension. And here's where they show just what they can do. It's freestyle, scored on difficulty of move. Wow! You can't get much more difficult than that. Variety of moves, execution, and presentation. It's teams of 1, 2, or 3. They throw and catch in a blend of gymnastics, juggling, and ballet. It's a sight to behold. Just watch. This doesn't only take grace, coordination, and flair like that. It takes inventiveness and practice, and more inventiveness and more practice. Every year you wonder what else can be done with this disc, and every year a myriad of new moves are devised and perfected. What we're watching now are segments of the finals out of what started with 60 freestyle teams. And the more teams that get involved in this year after year, the more you have to grow to keep up with the new developments. can they go from here? It's anybody's guess. But we'll be sure to be here next year to find out. There's Cray Van Sickle again on the same team with last year's all-round champion, John Kirkland. And that's the spirit of this whole event. So that's it from this year's Frisbee Disc Championships. A lot of competition from some great athletes. Athletes that compete for pride, for the love of their game, and for that internal gratification that comes from the play. Friends, new experiences, the feeling of being a part of something that's growing. Whatever it is, it's fun to be here at these championships and to feel the energy. So it's so long from the Rose Bowl, and we'll see you next year.